Hi, it's Thomas. We're in Ghana, the internet capital of Africa. If you ever wonder what happens to computers that you donate to one of those green e-recycling programs, this is basically it. Kids from the north of Ghana come to this junkyard during the summer to break computers down for scrap and also inhale things that will probably end up giving them cancer of the everything.
So you can see all these are waste from computers. You see the place is very dirty, so it's very bad for our health.
Most of the computers are only worth $1 or $2 of copper you can melt out of them, but occasionally you harvest something useful, like a hard drive or a processor, which you can sell at the little flea market area next to the charnel grounds.
So here is the motherboard.
Ah, okay. If you're an especially savvy shopper, you can actually put together a full working computer here, one ready to connect you to the fastest internet in all of Africa. Ghana puts a lot of stock in computers. Their internet is directly linked to Great Britain's, and there are billboards all over the capital extolling the virtues of personal computing. Ghana already is sort of the top dog of West Africa, where most of its neighbors have been plagued by war and poverty since independence. Ghana's had almost 50 years of stability and growth. Right now they're hoping foreign investment will bolster a computer industry here, which will kind of permanently make them the tech capital of West Africa. So far, it hasn't quite materialized, but what has materialized is a thriving underground economy of fraud and witchcraft called Sakawa.
Once upon a time, Ghana then, gold glittered, there came 3 vultures in the form of white men. They gradually stole our gold and other resources. It is with their technological intelligence, which is the internet, that we are taking back what belongs to us.
Sakawa could be any fraud type: lottery, scam, auction, hitman scam, romance scam. But once you attempt to woo your victim through some spiritual coercion, then it moves from the realm of just ordinary fraud to what we call Sakawa here in Ghana. So for me, it's a merging of a 21st century technology and perhaps an age-old African practice.
Sakawa dates back to Nigeria's oil boom in the late 70s. Ghanaians came into the country to take jobs in the oil fields, and the locals taught them their favorite pastime, the pen pal scam. The way it works is, you write to someone in America or England, tell them about an investment opportunity you have, or just straight up ask them for money, then they send it to you and that's it, scam over. Eventually, the Nigerian government deported all the Ghanaian guest workers back home, and they brought the pen pal scam with them. Then they combined it with magic.
People at the time would take their letters of correspondences to malams or juju people, to be charmed or to be preyed on, so that once they send those correspondence to their friends abroad, the desired results would be realized. And I believe from the coming in of the internet from around about 1993, that's where it really became prevalent. And it came to the full light and to the full glare of the public, basically.
As the internet took hold in Ghana, the pen pal scam was adapted to email. Then scammers started hooking up with hackers online and incorporating things like credit card fraud into their scams, which became increasingly complex and lucrative. We kind of like the idea of making a living off the back of American stupidity, so we hooked up with a Sakawa gang, led by a young Ghanaian named Sefa.
When we say Sakawa, it means the online shopping.
Okay.
The online shopping is when you use people's credit card, to shop online and then receive the goods down here. That is known as the Sakawa.
And now the term just gets used
Yes, people don't
for everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of us, came from a poor background that we couldn't get any support from anywhere. I wouldn't like to, carry guns all around me, probably to go rob a bank or something. So the idea of the internet came.
Sefa's a Sakawa success story. He's used his old scam earnings to pay for business school and has made a nice living for himself by Ghanaian standards. Although he still has to cross a stream of urine every night to get into his house. Sakawa comprises any number of online scams, but the majority boil down to two basic types. One, you pretend you're a sexy girl, convince someone to fall in love with you, then they send you money. This is called the romance scam. The other one is you use stolen or forged credit card number to buy something online, then you have it shipped to someone in the West who sends you money for it. That one's called the shopping scam. These two scams sort of work like templates, and once you nail down the basics of them, you can start combining them and adding all sorts of personalized details until your mark feels like he's in the middle of some elaborate international business scheme, and not just emailing back and forth with an African kid on a laptop. The thing with Sakawa is while it's essentially free money, it isn't easy money. To find someone gullible enough to fall for your shtick, you have to spend hours and hours emailing hundreds and thousands of random addresses.
Sakawa rules that very severe here in Ghana. There were this group of people who were visiting juju, having snakes. The boys seek spiritual guidance to help them get something out of this browsing, this scam activities. We believe in black magic and all those stuff, and it really works.
In America, frustrated gamblers will kiss a lucky penny or pray to Saint Bernardino for help. Likewise, frustrated Sakawa boys turn to religion when they're down on their luck. Only in their case, turning to religion means driving out into the bush and paying a juju priest for magic email powers.
Are you in Africa?
I'm definitely in Africa right now. Juju is the local term for what fancy anthropology types call traditional African religion. In the same way that Hinduism is actually more or less a collection of thousands of local deities and rituals, Juju is basically an umbrella for any West African religious practice that isn't obviously Christianity or Islam, or Scientology. One aspect central to all forms of Juju is that the spirit world is morally neutral, as in the gods don't give a shit what you and I do to each other, as long as they get paid. This makes Juju perfect for Sakawa. If you want to leg up on the competition, you get his Juju priest to barter with the spirits and then they give you powers. So the point of the Juju ceremony we're dancing in isn't to win converts or teach some sort of lesson like in church. It's to demonstrate the priest's ends with the spirit world and advertise his powers. Powers like channeling a god who can't be cut by knives, or channeling another god who likes throwing eggs. Why is he throwing eggs?
It's eggs. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are eggs. Yeah.
Like, why does he throw them?
He likes eggs.
Oh. Wasted powers. The flip side to all this is once you make a deal with the gods, you're bound to their terms. If you piss them off or default on payment to your Juju priest, you end up with the opposite of powers, like bad luck or AIDS. On top of that, the payment process itself can be pretty tricky.
Some of the rituals that I ask to be observed by these Sakawa guys varies greatly. Someone is asked not to eat a certain type of food. Some are even asked to sleep in a coffin. Some could go as far as asking for the menstrual pad of their girlfriend or the woman. Once these things they believe are observed, then their desired results they are able to achieve.
Westerners may find stuff like magic eggs and tampon eating a little hard to swallow, but it's serious business over here, and not just with like superstitious bumpkins. Even educated cosmopolitan folks like Sefa believe in this.
Right now, with the aspect of the chatting, pen pals and all those stuff, if you don't really go to Juju, you will never get a penny. You will never get a penny. So they are in for the Juju thing seriously. Seriously. And that's not a joke.
Besides, is any of this really that much weirder than shit like communion or circumcision?
What you control my man? A casual. Bonus, you say,
That part was a little rough.
come on, I'm young Casha. Then I'm not getting it.
So Sakawa originally referred to a very specific type of internet fraud mixed with juju. Then it went on to mean any internet crime involving witchcraft, and now it's kind of evolved into its own full-blown subculture. So there's Sakawa music, Sakawa movies, Sakawa cars, a Sakawa style of dressing.
Almost everybody knows about Sakawa now. If you're a young guy and then you buy a car, everybody knows it's part of Sakawa. If you're a young guy and then you dress so flashy, everybody knows it's Sakawa.
Sakawa guys are not necessarily hardened criminals that live within the underworld of society. They live with people, people see them. So it's not anything that is necessarily an underworld kind of a crime.
Right now, Ghana is in the throes of Sakawa mania. It's in all the papers and movie theaters. It's bigger than rap. I'm looking for Sakawa movies. Oh, cool, here's number 3. If you want a glimpse at just how deeply Sakawa has penetrated the public consciousness, check this out. They're already up to Sakawa Boys 8. And the series just started last year. We're on our way to meet a guy who makes films about Sakawa. His name is Socrates Sappho. He's actually like the Martin Scorsese of Ghanaian internet fraud-based gangster films. The Ghanaian film industry, or Gollywood, operates on kind of a more is more principle of movie making. They crank out hundreds of titles a year, most of them shot on zero budget and as quickly as a couple of weeks from start to finish. This speed doesn't do much for production values, but it does allow them to respond to current events and to cater their subject matter to their countrymen's exact interests.
Anytime you decide to bring my food, wear something like this so that it will be easy to carry.
My name is Socrates Sappho and I'm a filmmaker from Ghana. I know I have more than 100 films that I've made here since 1988. I don't believe in superficial, extraordinary, astrological stories, no. I always want to talk about
like realistic.
Yeah,
things
realistic,
from real life.
Okay, stand by.
Well, I've worked on 18-19 movies with Socrates Sappho so far, yeah. With the Western movies, they have a lot of guns, a lot of technology, a lot of robots and things, space and things. And in Ghana, we don't know anything about space. The fact that we've heard of it doesn't mean that, yes, there is space. Fine, there is space, but we don't do those kind of movies. In movies produced by Socrates Sappho, we are trying to produce Africa movies to Africans. We're trying to project Africa to Africans. So that is our main motive.
Okay, cuts. The Sakawa trend was becoming popular around, and there were a whole lot of stories about them. But everybody was doing it on the quiet. They don't know what it is about. So we look at them and say, come on, why don't we do something about these guys?
Yeah. We used to talk of this. You see how your internet floating never work. It never work. Watch your back. Before it will work for you, I need to introduce you to Malam Isa.
We really went to the depth of exactly what happened with this internet fraud. I really even went to an extent of visiting a shrine with one of the guys. Internet fraud, I see it as blood money because they use human blood for their rituals.
Ain't you got nothing better to do? You asked for it.
Socrates' movie touched a nerve in the national psyche and brought the issue of Sakawa to life for a lot of Ghanaians who otherwise wouldn't have heard of it.
I remember when we were shooting a scene where somebody was carrying a coffin. We shot it in an isolated area like a footpath. There were these two guys coming. They could see only the light, but they couldn't see us standing by the lights and filming. And when they met him, they started running. Because there is this story If you meet those who were carrying the coffins, you will die. We managed to explain ourselves, but still people couldn't believe that it was a movie we were shooting.
Yeah. Since being thrust into the mainstream, though, Sakawa has drawn a huge outcry from government officials, tabloids, and Christian preachers, whose billboards in Accra are almost as ubiquitous as ads for computer classes and juju priests.
Not a single day passed that I don't get not less than 3 or 4 calls from radio stations, one interview after the other. And when you listen to the program, you have they even bring these pastors on and try to pray for us. The whole thing looks like there's a divide. Some are saying that, look, we are rather educating the people how to go about it. And those who are saying that, no, it is a positive thing that they should show it so that the kids will not go into it.
While the furor over Sakawa dominates the tabloids and pulpits, the focus is all on black magic and blood debts and Sakawa boys turning each other into goats and snakes. None of it tackles the root of the problem, the fact that over a third of young Ghanaians are unemployed and what jobs there are filled by corrupt government officials and their cousins.
There's this adage that has it that the devil finds work for the idle hands. Most of them are idle. And I guess it's not because they're not willing to work. They just can't find the jobs. They're not there.
These are guys who are struggling in the neighborhood. All of a sudden they have money. And when you talk to these guys, that is what they'll tell you. They are struggling and they needed the money. They need money. So what should they do? So that is the one side of the problem we had.
Up until now, the government's been more than happy to turn a blind eye to Sakawa, since it's basically providing regular work for people that they can't. There are also persistent rumors that Sakawa isn't just limited to gangs of teenage delinquents, but is actually a popular sideline among policemen, soldiers, and politicians.
I don't know if you're aware, but Ghana has been banned from most e-trading sites. Ghana's reputation as a peaceful, friendly, and an investor-friendly country now stands tainted in the sense that we are 6th in the world in cybercrime.
Now that Sakawa is threatening Ghana's business reputation, the government's cracking down, and them in the press have started a moral panic over it. Just like gangster rappers in the early 90s, Sakawa boys have gone from objects of sort of cultural fascination to scapegoats for all their country's ills.
There is too much unemployment in the system. And every now and then, each government that comes wants to introduce something new. Most of the ideas and the policies that comes don't help the youth. So the youth are just walking around. What do you want them to do? And if I can easily go on the net and then get some cash on it, why not?
I think the plot always is that the Sakawa guys are the bad ones. Yes, in the movie they live very lavish lifestyles, they get the money and all that, but the end always is death or some suffering. For me, I believe it's a game where the scammer is both a victim and a violin, in the sense that the perceived occult dimension is also able to kill or destroy the life of many of these young people.
I foresee this Sakawa trend becoming dangerous. They don't know how to do any job. All they know is how to hook people on the net. When they send the mails and the money, the replies are not coming in, they need money, they become desperate. And the more desperate they are, the more they move from one spiritualist to the other. Now, it is not going to be about the internet flood anymore. It is going to be about blood money. Taking maybe your sister or your child to the fetish for him to give you money. That is what it's going to get. And it's dangerous. Yeah. It's dangerous. Africa is not safe.
The end of Sakawa may not necessarily bring Juju Armageddon to Ghana, but it will leave a bunch of angry young men without any source of steady income, which is arguably even scarier. On a lighter note, Ghana just discovered oil off its shore, so maybe that'll solve all their problems.
I think Udvi is a horrific human being. I think she's a bitch.
Currently, we don't have a single piece of evidence that your organisation is legitimate and has matched anybody. Is the Bureau real and offering a legitimate service? When I began making this film 11 months ago, I'd hoped it would end with me finding love and hopefully getting married. I was optimistic, thanks to the impressive testimonies from the happy couples that met through the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau. Its founder is an Indian woman called Urvi Shah.
Meet the 24-year-old woman who set up India's first and only gay marriage bureau.
She had claimed to help queer Indians find love for a substantial fee.
I didn't realise it would cost so much, but what's a few hundred if it finds me someone I can spend the rest of my life with?
But was it all too good to be true? I grew up in the UK. My family's fairly conservative, Punjabi. When I came out, my mum, who I told first, was devastated, and there was the potential of being disowned if I was to say no to an arranged marriage and come out as gay. When I was disowned, I didn't just lose contact with my family. I lost contact with my entire extended family, lost access to my language, my food, my customs, my traditions. I want a long-term partner and a long-term relationship, and I want that cultural connection. So as a single gay Indian woman, when I heard about the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau, I had to sign up. I'm about to speak to the woman that runs the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau. Tell me more about it. When did you start it?
I was 23 years old. A lot of people told me that they are looking for, a life partner, but then the dating app is not helping. Where I established my company called Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau. So as of now, we do have a team of 24 employees.
How much is the sign-up fee?
For any person living abroad is looking for a partner in India, the fee for registration is $300, and if any person is looking for a partner anywhere in the world, then it's $600 US.
How many clients do you have now?
If I talk about the Indian clients, I do have more than 2,400 people registered with us. Clients abroad, we do have more than 1,300 clients registered with us.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Keith, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, so good to see you. You are signing up to the service, right? How did you hear about it?
Facebook search.
Oh, did you?
You know, all my cousins and friends, they've all had arranged marriages and they've settled down. And I'm sort of 35 now. And I just don't know where my life is going, you know, in terms of relationship. And I sort of felt like, why should I miss out?
Have you spoken to your family about it?
When I sort of first came out, I was about 19.
Yeah.
Mum was the one who freaked out. She just looked at me, she was like, he's gay. She sort of cried. They sort of jointly told me that, you know, if you're gay, you know, you're gonna have to leave. And I said, Dad, I am gay, do you want me to leave? 3 days later, they called me back. They sort of tried to deal with it, but they didn't want me telling anyone. They didn't want me to, as Mum put it, I don't want you walking down the streets holding hands with a man and people say, her son's gay.
Do you feel that because of a service like the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau, your parents would be more supportive?
Dad is. I think Mum's really dubious. I think she's very worried about it.
So you haven't signed up yet?
No, I haven't.
So we're going to have a look at it today, aren't we?
Yeah, let's find me a husband.
Right, let's go. Contact info first.
Right, yeah.
Would you accept a smoking partner?
Yes. I'm not very competitive. Oh, I am though, aren't I?
Oh my God, we're gonna get matched. We would get matched. Could be a different kind of wedding we're having here. All finished. So you ready to press?
Long ass one.
It is, right?
I didn't realise it would cost so much, but what's a few hundred if it finds me, you know, someone I can spend the rest of my life with? Gosh, can you imagine if I find some really cool guy who's like a musician with a big doodah on his head? I'll be like, yeah, just leave the hair loose, darling.
For both Keith and I, our parents are traditional South Asians. Our relationships with them have been damaged because of our sexuality. Maybe Irvi can help us find someone to start new traditions and new families. So how many successful marriages have you had?
We do have 63 couples who are into live-in relationship.
That's amazing. Why have you used the words arranged marriage in there?
I do respect my tradition a lot. We wanted to be a parent to all the people who are not open to their family.
Do you think you would be able to find a match for me in the UK?
Why not? You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You can find a partner anywhere in the world. Come on.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Thank you, Irvi.
Bye.
I really like what she said about the Bureau acting as parents, because so many of us don't have our parents' support, and the fact that there's an organisation like this there and someone like Irvi who will talk to you and get to know you, it just feels really safe. It's really lovely. Oh, they look so good.
Merlin loves pakode.
Really?
He loves Indian food.
Keith is at a point where he wants to meet somebody of his own culture, and, you know, he's now applied to join the Bureau.
I'm quite shocked that he's done that, because I never thought he would go on that route, because they're quite liberated in their own way. But this is something quite new.
Mm. What are your concerns about the service?
I hope they're genuine and not, you know, that's the biggest thing, that they don't take them for a ride, because they're vulnerable anyway, you know, being gay. Because I know how I was when I found out that he's gay. I couldn't accept it because he was my son. I wanted to see his children be a grandma, because he's at that age.
Of course we want to see his children.
He said to me, he said, look, why are you worried what people are saying to you? You wanted a son, you got a son. Because I couldn't have him for about 7-8 years. I couldn't have any kids.
You know, whatever, we was begging God to give children to us. He gave it to us. Maybe he wasn't giving to us because he knew, you know, what's going to happen.
Sometimes deep down, I don't think I have fully accepted it, but I'm learning. If he wants to get married, we'll have to support him. The service he's taken, I hope it works out for him.
Hi, Irvi.
Hi, Rita, how are you?
I'm just excited to find out about my matches.
So, Rita, I'm really sorry. Actually, I have not paid attention to your profile as of now, because I have a lot of things going on in the company.
Right.
I had to fire 7 of my employees.
Oh, no.
Because I came to know that they have misused some profiles. They have shared it with their friends, unofficially.
Wow. Okay.
The coming week, I'll definitely work for it.
Yeah.
So the coming week, I'll at least send you 2 to 3 profiles.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, take care.
So now she's saying it's Monday, Tuesday that she's going to send them through.
That's nuts.
Feels a bit funny, doesn't it? So, tell me, what's been happening? Did you get matches?
I got 2.
How much info do you get? Like, what do you need?
I'll show you, actually. This is a 66% match.
Yeah.
His name's Aaron. He's 34. He's 5'8". When I saw his pictures, I sort of immediately knew that I wasn't at all attracted to him. And,
right.
And I said, hi, Irvi, I'm really sorry, but I don't think that profile suits me. Keith, can you please look for a Punjabi match for me? She said, yeah, she'll get her team on it. So, you know, it depends what she comes up with. I have consistently said to her, though, I want a Punjabi guy.
How are you feeling about the whole process of this?
Honestly, a little bit deflated.
Yeah?
I've had these 2 matches. Almost feels like I'm just not going to find the right person through this. I'm sort of feeling that way at the moment, just because it's just been so wrong. He's the love of my life. Any man would come second.
I got a match. 63%. Mamta, 36 years old, in British Columbia. I've had 2 profiles through, which weren't matches at all, actually, and they didn't seem to read very well either. So it's been 6 weeks since I spoke with Urvi last, and I haven't received any other profiles. So I decided to do some research. I had an 86% match. So I thought, yeah, this is the one, right? This is the one, this is my girl. I'm a quiet girl. I don't open up right away. I do tend to give my trust to people when I first meet them, but I take my trust away once they betray me. Why would you write that in a dating profile? So now I'm thinking, have they sent me this just because they need to send this to me? But they're kind of sending me something that I'm not going to say I want to match with. That would be a clever thing to do. So it all seems a bit suspicious. So I copy and paste some of the information from the profiles that I was sent into Google. It's looking a lot like these are fake profiles that they're just copying and pasting from other sites. I've never seen an office when I've spoken to her on Skype. I've never seen any other employees that she claims to have. There's something really psychotic about the fact that she's engaging in regular bullshit conversations with me about matching me with people and being cute about it. It's really sick. I want to know a bit more about what's going on and look into some of these testimonials that are on the site. Are any of them actual clients of the Bureau? I've started looking on their Instagram page. It's been 6 months of our happiest relationship now and wanted to convey our gratitude towards you and your company. They're different chicks, like, I'm sure these photos are not of the same couple. What's weird is this wedding was on the 15th of August in 2015 and the Bureau wasn't even started until 2016, apparently. So if you reverse image search this picture, it leads to an article about Tarek and Joseph. And according to this article, they met on Match.com. These 2 women that got married, I remember when that happened because it was all over the media. They met at university. So what the fuck? Anu Hazra and Nirul Sheth. Right, Anu and Nirul, no mention of the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau. Nirul Sheth, let's see if I can contact you. Found him on Twitter. Cool, I'm gonna drop him a message. Hi there, no, we never used their service. Later, Tarek and Joe got back to me saying they'd never used the service either. Even when you look up the address on Google, it says it's a bus stand. Vivek and Vishal seem to be the poster boys of this organisation, and they've been in multiple articles about it. There are some articles that I read early on about the Bureau which had photos of you both. Your image and your story is being used to make it seem as though you found each other through the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau.
No.
Had you heard of them before?
I hadn't heard of the Bureau at all. This is the first time I'm even hearing about this Bureau. I don't even know who Urvi Shah is.
It says Urvi Shah helping LGBTQ community find love.
What are you saying? Oh my God. It's so bizarre. I mean, the Bureau cannot take our story. If somebody else takes credit for it and makes money out of it, that's just unethical and illegal.
The internet is obviously full of scams, but this seems particularly malicious, taking advantage of a section of society who are desperate to find connection and desperate to find love, pretending to be the parent to people who have been disowned and taking hundreds of dollars from them. You're right.
Hi, Danya.
I found myself feeling a little bit suspicious. I found a database that has tons and tons of different dating profiles on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau has been using them on the service that we've signed up to.
I think Urvi is horrific human being. I think she's a bitch now, having learnt that. I think she's taken money from me. It's absolutely disgusting. The more I think about it, the more, I've become angry, and so many people just want to be happy and settle down. And when I originally thought, my cousins have done it, and all the people I grew up with, they've all gone through arranged marriages, why can't I? That question still remains ambiguous. Why can't I?
Seeing Keith has really brought it home for me in the sense that she's manipulating people who are from a community that's essentially vulnerable. And these are real people's lives. I'm about to call Irvi from the Arranged Gay Marriage Bureau. Give her an opportunity to come correct, really, I guess. This is the third time she's bailed on us. She's kind of stringing us along the whole time.
Hi, Irvi. In 15 minutes, okay.
I know she says that she speaks to everybody that's on her database, which is quite a feat considering she says there are 2,400 people on that database. Is this how she treats everybody else as well? If I was actually still waiting to talk to this person that she sent me a profile of, I'd be so frustrated.
Is there no way we can do it in the next hour or so?
Irvi is typing. Hi Rita, nice to hear from you after so long. I really, really apologise for not being available. I won't be able to have a video call with you now. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for making time today. I know that we've been trying to speak for...
I'm so sorry for all these delays. I don't know how, somehow there were problems coming in. There was no end.
I wanted to ask you about all the profiles that we've had, that Keith and I have had. The information that has been provided by your bureau is duplicated across the internet.
It's been duplicated?
Yes.
This is a kind of shock to me.
So you didn't know about this?
No, of course not. If I know, why would I send it to you?
Yeah. There's another conflicting piece of information. There are several couples that are used in your advertising and your promotion as couples that have met through the bureau. But I've spoken to a number of these couples and they all claim to have never used the bureau or spoken to you.
So they have never been registered with us?
Yeah. There's Vivek and Vishal.
I don't know how they can say that they have not been registered with us.
Why do you think Vivek and Vishal would say that they've not used your bureau?
I have no clue. That's what I'm shocked. I'm literally shocked. And I know Vishal for sure, he'll never say that.
The message I've got from Vishal is saying, we met via Grindr and through no arranged gay marriage bureau. Vishal is manipulating. She's taking our story from social media and using it to make money.
Can we have a video call conference with Vishal, please?
There doesn't seem any real point in talking to people that we've already spoken to. Why would they lie about it?
I have no clue.
We've really trusted you. I sincerely hope that nobody else signs up to your service and goes through this experience because it's awful. And what is heartbreaking for me has been meeting up with Keith and seeing his heartbreak. You are responsible for every single person out there that is essentially being manipulated and parting with their own cash in the hope of love because they have very few or no other routes to access that.
That's all I can say, Rita. I'm so sorry.
Is the Bureau real and offering a legitimate service?
Rita, trust me, the Bureau is 100% legitimate and real.
I'll ask you one last time, Irvi. Is there anything that you want to say to the people that will be watching this
No, I
documentary?
have not done anything wrong from my end, at least.
So far, at the moment, I can't believe anything that you say to me, Ovi, because every piece of information that you've given me is being called into question.
I will be glad if you can give me a chance to prove myself right. I'll get back to you with as many things I can.
The main emotion I feel is disgust. I mean, how could somebody do this?
It definitely feels like a quick and dirty saw job.
We put value on things in very subjective ways.
They're kind of mysterious and really attractive, and they're really sexy.
There's the tuberculata.
Oh, yes, that's the best.
So these are known as the holy grail of the aroid world.
I've been looking for it. I need to get it.
Oh my God.
For some people, money does grow in trees.
Yes! Yes! Finally is mine! Finally is mine! Oh my God! Yes!
What is the value of a plant? This seems like a straightforward question. Plants produce oxygen, they filter water, they provide food to other organisms. But plants also mean many things to many people. They're decor, status symbols, climate change grief objects. They can be financial investments. I've been meeting a lot of people who are obsessed with acquiring rarer and rarer plants. You can make a lot of money off of it, and you can lose money.
Plants can be so beautiful around the house. They bring in life and color, kind of bring nature right into the house. But they also bring problems along with them.
This video is going to be a houseplant collection video because I have 218 plants.
So I am standing inside of my grow tent that I actually keep in my guest bedroom.
So in this case is where I have some of my more precious and a little bit more expensive plants. I do gotta keep it locked up.
Over the last 4 years, millennials have come to dominate the horticultural market and have created whole new online plant subcultures.
Hi, welcome to Plant Daddy. Who's your daddy? Plant Daddy.
The Plant Daddy, aka Arthur Stewart.
The most desirable specimens are often the finickiest ones, cultivated from so-called exotic species native to Latin America and Southeast Asia. You can't get them in random garden shops, only from elite sellers or by trading with insiders. The plant world has become more like the art world. There are Sotheby's-like auctions and speculators targeting species like their Botticellis.
Mortgage your house, sell your children, and buy this plant. It's better than stock market.
But what's in it for these collectors besides money? And what's in it for the plants?
And you have these plants are thousands of miles from where they evolved, and they're making it work out here. Myself coming from a different place, I kind of connect to the plant. You're doing the best you can. And
Jerry Garcia is an aircraft mechanic from Mexico City who now lives in San Diego. He began collecting right at the start of the new rare plant craze. So what are the most valuable plants in your collection?
right now, the current market value for this plant is $5,000 from the last that I saw. And I got this guy for $55 around a year ago. So I left the window open one day and a bug came in and took a chunk out of it.
It's like $100 right there.
Yeah, that was $100 meal for the bug right there. So
Fine dining.
yeah. This plant in the market right now sells for around this size for $4,000, $4,000.
This tiny one.
This tiny one.
Okay, that is truly shocking to me.
So these are known as the holy grail of the aroid world, Philodendron spiritusante. And this is definitely, right now, the most expensive plant that you could buy. It was around $7,000 for one of these guys.
The Philodendron spiritusante, or PSS for short, has become legendary in the rare plant community.
So this is like the Holy Ghost plant, the Holy Grail of Holy Ghost plants.
Pretty much the holy grail of all philodendron.
It is the holy grail, especially when you have to take out a loan to get one.
The critically endangered PSS is native to Brazil, where only a handful still live in the wild. They're slow-growing and really tough to reproduce. It's become a status symbol among collectors, like a leafy Rolex. And like a Rolex, the PSS is catching the eye of some nefarious admirers.
The main emotion I feel is disgust. I mean, how could somebody do this?
The stem is rough. I mean, it definitely feels like a quick and dirty saw job.
Ari Novi is the man in charge of the San Diego Botanic Garden. In May, the garden noticed their PSS suddenly looked really different.
So there was a main body of this plant that extended out and hung way, way down. This was a pretty large specimen. It really was an amputation. Somebody essentially came in here and cut the head and torso off of this plant. Somebody came up here with a pole saw or a telescopic loppers of some kind and cut the plant off.
I mean, I'm trying to understand it. So a pole saw, so you're holding it in your hand and you're targeting that stem right there?
Clearly, the person who took this plant wanted one plant and one plant only. What kind of depraved person, wants to take a plant from a public institution, where it's meant to be enjoyed by everybody and steal that into a private universe where it's now for the enjoyment of one or very few people so dishonestly.
San Diego's not the only botanical garden being stolen from.
The two people were seen on surveillance video walking through the conservatory, taking and damaging whatever they please.
It's almost like somebody kidnapped one of your kids.
I would like for people to think of botanic gardens almost like holy ground for plants. Plant crime is a very enduring feature of humanity. And ever since we've been purposefully growing plants for about 10,000 years, there has been a lot of theft. But there's also been a lot of sharing.
Hey!
Jerry invited me to a potting party where we could do just that, share plants.
Welcome. Good to see you.
So I brought berries for everyone.
How cool.
So you'll take a little salsa cup here, take like a little handful of moss, and then you just pluck a little berry off the stem, pull the little sesame seeds out of it and stick them on the moss, spray them with water, pop the lid on, and it's basically in its own little greenhouse, and you can just pop it off every couple of days to check on it. Then within like a few weeks, you'll have a little baby anthurium.
What other qualities do you guys look for in plants?
I just like the way the leaves look. I don't need flowers.
I like seeing plants grow from something like a seed, teeny tiny, to get like huge.
I'm an Islander, so like we're big on community. We're always together. I think with COVID, like guys might cry,
Not being able to be with my family that I'm with all the time.
Yeah. The plants are awesome, but having people,
the company.
Yeah, it's like that love the same thing you love is like huge.
Yeah.
So I personally think that the plant hobby is about sharing.
Yeah,
And that's kind of why I feel like it's hard sometimes, because there is so much like greed and like
negativity in the community.
What do you guys think about the hype around the PSS?
It's unrealistic, like the hype that has come with these plants. People would kill each other over a plant like that.
So where do you guys think that plant is now?
Probably in someone's private collection.
Whether they know that how it was acquired or not.
Yeah.
If a plant's like stolen, like that shit's gonna die.
It took us a day to process that this philodendron Spiritus Sancti was stolen. We immediately contacted law enforcement, and then we immediately started our own internal investigation. There was an aroid collector who had been visiting our garden just in the month preceding this theft, who had taken pictures of our plant and talked about how much he was drooling over. And after the theft, started posting some pictures of plants that some people thought could have been our plant.
I go to my door and I find a card on my door saying it was from a detective. So I give my call back and she tells me that somebody said that I may have stolen the PSS and if I knew anything about that. So I answered all her questions and she thanked me for the information. Yeah, I couldn't believe that somebody would accuse me of that.
Some keyboard warriors in the plant community suspected Jerry because of his friendship with another collector named Eric. That collector, who wouldn't talk to us, admitted to stealing a rare clipping from a different botanic garden. He later publicly apologized and offered to pay the garden back. The chatter speculated that Jerry somehow acquired the stolen PSS through Eric.
I'm one of his really longtime friends, and unfortunately, sometimes a person can be guilty by association.
It didn't help that around the time the plant went missing, Jerry posted a photo of a new PSS on his Instagram. Then he deleted it. When the new owner posted photos of the plant on her own social media account, it looked unhealthy to some observers.
This plant here, it's very yellowed, even starting to brown. That would be suggestive of a plant that's been separated from its root system.
Online speculation about the theft from the botanical garden continued, and Jerry's name popped up again.
You sold a third PSS.
I did, yeah.
Some people were saying maybe that was the one stolen from the botanical garden.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that as well. So.
Well, was it?
No, not at all. No, that was, I got that one from my friend Eric. I gave my good friend PSS a couple years ago. It wasn't doing well with me. Eventually, it grew to a nice, large size, and I asked for a cutting of it back. He gave me a cutting, but since it was straight from the plant, it wasn't doing very good at all. I see how it looks, but spreading rumors, that's when it gets a little dicey.
You put it on Instagram, right? And then what happened next?
I took it down because there was a whole witch hunt going on. I did not want to get involved in that at all.
Several collectors, not just Jerry, were publicly accused of the theft.
This is not what I got into the hobby for. I was heartbroken that somebody would do that because I've had plants stolen and I wouldn't want anyone to go through that.
It turns out, over several months, someone had been pilfering Jerry's most prized plants from a greenhouse he rented.
And around midnight, I got a notification from the camera that there was movement. There was something going on in my greenhouse. And lo and behold, there was this guy perusing like he was shopping among the benches of my greenhouse. I'd say around 20 to 25% of my collection was gone.
How much was it worth?
Around $25,000. As soon as he turns, I see that he has a gun in his hand. It wasn't holstered. He was up and ready, waving around, pointing, clearly holding the gun. So I can only imagine had I decided to camp out.
That's super scary.
Jerry later learned that someone he didn't know had access to his greenhouse stole the plants. He didn't recover most of them. But luckily for Jerry, his two most valuable plants were safely tucked away at his house.
I've always been a sucker for long, thin leaves and beautiful, pointy lobes.
Where did you get these plants from?
I got this one from Enid from NSE Tropicals.
Everyone I've been interviewing for the story is like, Enid's collection is the best of anyone.
Enid Auffolder is a name you'll hear a lot in the plant community. She's had an online shop for 2 decades.
She's like the queen of plants. I guess she's really everybody's friend, isn't she?
This came from NSE Tropicals, straight from Enid.
It literally has Enid's name on this box, and I feel like I'm going to keep it forever because she touched this box.
I see it.
Enid has outdone herself. I need a moment. I'm back. Okay.
This is your house.
Right, I just work from home.
Backyard jungle.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
How many plants do you have here?
Probably thousands.
Thousands?
Oh, yeah.
Enid's store, Natural Selection Exotics Tropicals, or NSE for short, began when a hobby got out of control.
When I first started out, the online aspect, it was almost like a joke. I would go to nurseries, they'd be like, oh, there's that girl with her imaginary business or whatever.
Now, Enid's website is almost always out of stock. Followers stand by ready to pounce on new plants.
I'll announce it on Instagram, and generally they've already found out before I even mention it, and orders are coming in, and it crashes the website.
So how much is this table right here worth?
About $3,000 a piece.
And there's how many of them here?
40.
So 120,000.
Yeah, wow. I'll go pay my house.
Are you worried about plant theft?
There is the concern, but I'm pretty well protected with the cameras and the dog, and kind of annoying just to talk about. Like, sorry, I get like so upset just thinking about somebody doing that to me. So,
how many plants have you ever sold?
Oh, at least 10,000 this year, because I went through a whole roll of labels that was 10,000. This is where I spend most of my time because this is where the magic happens right here. That's where I pack orders.
What kept you in this hobby over the years?
Every time I get new growth or something starts doing really well, it's just like, oh, that's why I'm doing this. This is so amazing, you know.
What does that feel like?
Hope and growth is just such a positive thing, and plants, you can share them.
It's necessarily community focused.
Absolutely.
To get a break from the online plant craze, Enid likes to share advice with other collectors.
What is that?
Water Bacchiana.
Huh.
Mick Mittermeier is something of a mentee to Enid, and well known in the plant community for traveling the world to document his favorite plants. He and Enid both find inspiration at the Fairchild Botanic Garden.
Yeah, where the hell did they get this? This thing is fantastic. Oh my God.
Oh, look at Adelanema.
Oh, nice. What is that? Is that the Yanamavensis?
Yeah, they keep changing the name and the genus on it, but it's a cool plant. There's the tuberculata.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what I love about that is that the inflorescences are upside down.
Inflorescence, or a cluster of flowers on a branch. That's one of a bunch of new words I picked up hanging around Mick and Enid.
Yeah, so basically the process to grow monsteras, you'll have a
Another is Monstera, Mick's favorite genus. His house is covered in them.
They're kind of mysterious and really attractive, and they're really sexy. They'll sometimes send scototropic runners, which go out, run around on the forest floor, searching out areas of low light, because low light means that there's usually a tree or something that it can climb. I mean, you don't usually think as plants as having any kind of strategy, but they actually have incredibly diverse and well-adapted life strategies that kind of helps them succeed.
They're very intelligent.
Yeah.
Plant intelligence is hotly debated in the scientific community. Some botanists say plants make decisions about how to best survive, just in a different dimension of time than ours. Their arsenal of over 3,000 chemical substances can poison enemies or recruit animals to do their bidding. Some plants have even been shown to cooperate within species. If intelligence means solving problems, and let's face it, we spend most of our days doing just that, then plants aren't so different.
What are you planning to do with these plants?
Unfortunately, due to some family strife, I have to sell one of them.
Jerry told me his parents' small business had been struggling due to COVID-19.
It's a heartbreaking process, honestly. It took me around a month to decide to sell it.
Jerry posted the PSS on eBay on October 7th for $10. And within a week, it was going for more than $13K.
Yep, I'm recording.
He and his wife kept a close eye on the numbers.
Perfect.
Jerry communicated with a buyer in Milan in the days leading up to the auction, who privately let him know his plan to offer $15,000. Nicolo Banfi is a collector who got into the hobby during quarantine.
During the lockdown this year, plants became part of my life. And actually my house now is full of plants. My grandfather, he fell in love with this plant when he was in Brazil in the 80s, and I've been looking for it, and then I found it, so I need to get it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please bid.
Yes! Yes! Finally is mine! Finally is mine! Oh my god! Yes!
It wasn't real until I packed it up. Now, it feels really real. Having put so much time and effort into making sure this plant doesn't die, it can be a little bittersweet to ship it and send it to somebody else. Forget that at the end of the day, there's more important things, but it doesn't change the fact of how I feel and how much time I put into this plant.
Jerry's PSS doesn't need to say goodbye. Plants might be intelligent, but they're not sentimental. And maybe that's what we love about them. For now, the case of the stolen PSS remains unsolved. It could be that its hacked off half is now shriveled up in a compost heap, too delicate for its own survival. Or maybe it's somewhere putting out a gorgeous new leaf, oblivious to the mania surrounding it.